Welcome to the Red Card Football Channel. Today I'll be discussing Argentina's 4-1 demolition of Brazil in the World Cup qualifying yesterday. Argentina dominated the game from start to finish. After an excellent combination move, Alvarez slotted the ball through Bento's legs to make it 1-0. And then after a poor clearance by Murillo, after a cross from the Argentinian player, Enzo Fernandez made it 2-0. After a poor corner kick clearance, Argentina sent the ball inside the box. McAllister slotted past Bento, who came off his line way too quickly to make it 3-0. Argentina made some changes in the second half, adding Giuliano Simeone, who gave speed and pace into the attack. And after a long free kick, Tagliafico crossed the ball into Giuliano Simeone to make it 4-1 into the game. Brazil's only consolation goal was in the first half, where after a poor giveaway by Romero, Matheus Cunha made it 2-1. But the game was effectively over at that point anyway. Argentina never looked in danger and deservedly beat Brazil by 4-1 scoreline, which is the biggest victory Argentina had against Brazil since 1959. This is the first time Brazil conceded 4 goals in a World Cup qualifying match, and it's the first time Argentina beat Brazil home and away in World Cup qualifying. This was a humiliating performance by Brazil. I was wrong in the previous video suggesting that there was any improvements. Against a truly elite opposition, they were obvious to me that there was no improvements on this Brazil team since Dorival Jr. took charge of this team. I think he will be fired after this game. I think Brazil need a new manager, preferably a foreign manager like Jose Mourinho, who can come in and try to straighten out this team, because at the moment, this team is going nowhere. The players are soft. They were more interested in talking on podcasts, talking about how they're going to defeat Argentina rather than focus on the game, like Rafinha, who was spending more time discussing how he was going to beat Argentina on Romaro's podcast than actually playing football. He had only one shot in the entire game, completely disappeared, and was more interested in picking fights with the Argentinian players. Vinicius Jr., who keeps talking more about the Ballon d'Or than winning international silverware of Brazil. He was awful yesterday, didn't do a damn thing. And a player like Matheus Cunha at least showed some fight and scored a goal. But players like Rodrigo and Vini and Rafinha didn't translate their excellent club form in international form. They have to take a lot of responsibility for this. Players like Marquinhos were very poor yesterday, even though he's played for the national team for a long time. No players played more international qualifying games for Brazil than him, and yet he was awful, unable to be a leader. The midfield is a disgrace. Having Joelinton and André start a midfield game for Brazil is completely below the standard of any national team that they had. We miss Bruno Guimarães and Gerson, even though they're not as great midfielders compared to the Brazilian teams of the past, but at least they're competent. Joelinton gave away the ball umpteen time and couldn't challenge them properly. André wasn't good enough. João Gomes didn't do any better coming in the second half. And Dorival, playing a 4-2-4, showed his naivety and arrogance, playing a system and a formation that Argentina would completely exploit, because Argentina have far better midfielders than us with Enzo Fernandez and De Paul. Argentina were never, ever going to be trouble in the midfield as weak as Brazil and as low staffed as Brazil, having only 2 of them compared to 4 for Argentina. So Dorival got completely outcoached, and he deserves to be fired after what was a disgraceful performance last night. As for Argentina, they are a dynasty. They're a great team. 2 Copa Americas, a World Cup. They deserve so much credit for taking this game seriously. Compared to Brazil's arrogance, Argentina took this game seriously. Argentina rested the ball to prepare for this game, and Argentina fully deserved to win because they took the game seriously. They were tactically very in tune. Scaloni was yelling at his players after they conceded the stupid goal in the first half to try to get them motivated, to make sure that they don't lose another goal and get back on track. That's what a real manager looks like. He made changes to seal the game. Argentina have an excellent team. And to make things worse for Brazil, they were without 2 of their best players, Lionel Messi through injury and Lautaro Martinez through injury. So this could have been even worse. It was a fantastic night for Argentinian football, sealing a World Cup qualifying place and beating your biggest rival at home 4-1, which is the biggest victory they've had in over 60 years over Brazil, is something that they will cherish for the rest of their lives, and they should. It was a massive victory, signaling the biggest chasm between the 2 rivals that I've ever seen. I've never seen Argentina or Brazil be that much better than the other, and it was a truly historic night. Argentina fully deserved this win, and Brazil have a lot of lessons. They only have a year at the World Cup, and this is a very bad start for any hopes of doing anything in the World Cup. And the way things are going, Brazil are not going to do a damn thing in the World Cup, and Argentina will be looking for their 2nd consecutive World Cup victory. That's all from my analysis for today. We'll see you next time.